Hello, thank you for joining me, for being here for this yoga class today. I'm outside in nature again, so that always makes me really happy. Today's class is an open, invigorating flow. So, an opportunity to get in your body, let things open up, and just have fun. So, we'll start off in a comfortable seat. We're going to start off with our breath work. You can position your legs however you'd like. And we're going to practice alternate nostril breathing. So this is known as Nadi Shodhana. So what we're going to do is lift a hand. If you're right-handed, you'll lift your right hand. If you're left-handed, you'll lift your left. Then you'll bring your peace fingers to your palm. Now your thumb is going to hover above your right nostril and your ring finger is going to hover by your left nostril. So before we start this alternate breath with one nostril being closed while the other is open, let's first take a deep inhalation all the way to the top of the breath. Exhale, let it go. Now take your thumb to cover your right nostril. Inhale through your left all the way to the top of the breath. Once you get to the top of the breath, close the left nostril, release the thumb, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. At the top of the breath, close off the right nostril, release the ring finger, exhale through the left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Another full round. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Now remove your hand. Keep your gaze inward, eyes closed. Just find your natural breath, the way that you breathe without force or control. Notice any difference in the nostrils, any openness that might have happened with this controlled breathing. Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breath. This breath enhances respiratory functions and it improves attention. Take another deep inhale through the nostrils. Exhale, big sigh of relief, let go. Now open your eyes, come into the space. And as you come into the space and notice the surroundings around you, we're going to now transition into our posture of child's pose. So we'll have the knees together, feet together, shins and the tops of the feet are the foundation. From here, we're going to lean forward, hinging at the hips, bringing the forehead down to the mat, arms by your sides, letting the shoulders relax. Feeling the forehead connected down. If the forehead doesn't make it all the way down, no worries. You can position a pillow or a blanket or a block, just closing the gap between the floor and your head. Now, in this variation of child's pose, as you inhale, feel your belly pressing to your thighs. Exhale, soften, release. Continue to breathe in this way, finding expansion. And as you're here, think about if you have any special extra intention that you'd like to set for yourself, anything other than openness and having some fun in your body, just see what comes up, honor it. Stay in your child's pose. Another deep inhalation. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift the crown of the head up, up, up towards the sky. Straight spine. Rooted down at the seat, rising up through the crown of the head. Now from here, we're going to come into a foot stretch. So just lean forward. Lift your feet so that you can curl your toes and then sit back so that your seat is now on your heels. Now, I know this might be a little uncomfortable at first. We hold a lot of stress underneath the toes. So this is a nice opportunity to break that stress up and kind of let it go. So just stay here as long as you can. But if you start to feel pain or major discomfort, then you can uncurl the toes. Foot stretch. I promise you that the more you practice this, the easier it will become. It's really great to give your feet attention because the feet do so much for us, but we very rarely give them the attention that they want and deserve. So this is a nice opportunity to do that. Just a couple more rounds of breath if possible. So I'm putting my hair up because pretty soon we're going to come into our downward facing dog. So just know that that's coming up. Exhale, let go. Now let's reach the hands forward. We'll uncurl the toes, and as we uncurl the toes, we'll bring the knees under the hips, and we'll just slap out the tops of the feet, just releasing any tension we might have caused there. From here, we'll walk the hands forward, one hand placement. Now look at your hands. Spread your fingers wide. Press palms to the mat. Curl the toes again. This time, lift your hips, press back. It's downward facing dog. Send your chest towards your thighs. If the hamstrings are feeling pretty tight, you can bend your knees. Maybe you bend one knee deeply as the opposite leg straightens. This is one of my favorites. It feels so good. But take what you need. Maybe you rock the hips from side to side. I find that's a really nice way to feel into the side body. All right, so we're going to prepare to do some leg lifts and knee bends from our down dog, and we're going to do one side at a time. So coming back to our neutral down dog. Inhale, lift and lengthen the right leg. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Inhale, find length. Exhale, knee to nose. And again, inhale, find length. Exhale, knee to nose. Hug it in. Find length on your inhale breath. Exhale, right foot lowers down. Give yourself a full round of breath here. Inhale to the top of the breath. Exhale, release and let it go. Inhale, left leg lifts up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, fly the leg. Exhale, knee to nose. We've got one more. Inhale, re-lengthen the left leg. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, find length. Exhale, left foot drops down. Full round of breath here. Inhale through the nostrils. Exhale, open your mouth, let go. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, bend the knee. Step it through. Now we're coming into a low lunge. We're going to keep the left hand down. So position the left hand in line with the right foot. Now as you inhale, reach your right hand up. This is our twisted lunge. Exhale, bring the right arm under the right knee. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bring the arm down. Inhale, lift up. And again. Now the next time the right fingers come up, draw a big circle. Take two more in this direction. And then we'll switch it up. 3 circles, opposite direction. Mobility for the shoulder. The next time that right hand comes down, step the right foot back. So we're in plank position. From here we can lower knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Come onto the belly, lift up to cobra, or you can come into upward facing dog. Exhale is going to take us to our downward facing dog. Full round of breath. Inhale through the nostrils. Exhale, open mouth, let go. Inhale, lift that left leg. Exhale, step it through. Now the right hand stays down. Right hand is in line with the left foot. Inhale, reach the left fingers up, twisted lunge. Exhale, bring the left arm under the left knee. Inhale, left fingers rise up. Exhale, left arm lowers. And again, inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring it under. Now, next time the left arm comes up, Draw a big circle. 2 more times in this direction. And then 3 times opposite direction. The next time the left hand comes down, left toes come back. We're back to our plank position. This time, this is our second round. So let's hold for a couple rounds of breath. Think about keeping your body straight. Think about pulling your belly button up towards your spine. Now, option to lower knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale brings us to cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, take it to downward facing dog. Now we're going to enjoy a couple rounds of breath here. Full lung capacity breathing. Inhale, taking in fresh, clean, new air, so invigorating. Exhale, releasing stale, stagnant energy. Now walk your hands towards your feet. As you get there, inhale, take a half lift, and then exhale, fold. I see a ladybug on my mat, and she is pretty and sweet, and I'm going to let her stay and practice with me today. Now, in your forward fold, notice if you're holding your head up, and if so, just let it dangle. Shake it from side to side, forward and back. Remember, you can bend your knees if your hamstrings are tight. Arms can dangle, or maybe you take your hands to opposite elbows, framing your head with your arms, getting more traction for your spine, finding length in the back of the body. Feels so good to get into the body and stretch. Our bodies need attention. We give so much more attention to our minds, and sometimes that makes us crazy. All right, so if you're holding your elbows, release, let your arms dangle, soften the knees, start to bend them, slowly start to rise up. Take your time. Head comes up last to prevent you from getting dizzy. All the way to a standing foundation. Ta-da! We have arrived to Tadasana. Arms are by our sides. Feet are hip distance. So from our Tadasana, with our feet at hip distance, we're going to widen the stance. So open the feet wider than shoulder distance. Maybe like 2 shoulder distances. And then slightly bring the toes out and the heels in. So we're preparing to come into our goddess squat. We're going to bend the knees. Take the hands to the thighs, thumbs are in. Now, don't let the hips go lower than the knees. Offer yourself a smile. This is fun. We get to be in our bodies. I was reading today, I'm just going to make us hang out here and build some strength in the legs. I was reading today that when you take your shoulders back and down, you can increase serotonin levels in your body. And I thought that was super cool. So take those shoulders back and down. Find your goddess squat. Maybe you shimmy from side to side, challenging yourself a little bit more. All right, let's find center. Crown of the head rises up. Let's take an inhale breath. Exhale, right shoulder dips. Inhale, center. I got a nice crack there, and I love that. Exhale, left shoulder dips. Each time we inhale, we find center, and each time we exhale, we dip opposite direction. All right, we're going to take one more on each side. Pay attention that your hands aren't resting on your knees, but rather on your thighs, middle of the thighs. All right, so we come back to center. We press the feet to the mat. We straighten the legs. Arms are by our sides. Keeping the feet wide, send the heels out. Okay, so we're going to keep our right foot the way it is, and then we'll turn the left toes to the short end of the mat. Now from here, the arms are going to rise up. Reach the left fingers forward. Rotate the arms. This is Triconasana Triangle. So if this is new to you, you might start by bringing the back of your left hand to your inner thigh. You might be able to lower down a little more. You might take your hand to a block, or you might bring your fingertips or your palm all the way down. Now, you don't need to do that. It doesn't matter how far you bring your hand down. You just need to feel in control of this posture. I'm feeling an amazing stretch from my right hip into my back. Think about maybe gazing up. If that really messes with your balance, you can turn your head to look down. Reach up through the right fingers. Now, soften the left knee. Use your energy to rise up as you inhale. Exhale, lower the hands down. Now, turn your left toes facing the same direction as your right toes. Left foot's going to stay like this, and now we're going to move the right toes to the other short end of the mat. Okay? From here, fly the arms. Legs stay straight. Reach the right fingers forward, and then rotate the arms. It's triangle on this side. Deep stretch for the inner thigh. Also maybe in the hip and the back, depending on your body. My sides feel really different today, and that's pretty common. So we'll try not to judge or question why. It's just the way that it is. We use our bodies asymmetrically. That felt like a tongue twister. Reach up through the left fingers. Notice where you want to gaze or where you need to gaze. And as you inhale, soften the knee, arms rise up. Exhale, bring the hands down. Now from here, we're going to keep the legs in this shape. So right toes are pointing to the short end of the mat. Left toes are pointing to the long end of the mat. Bend the right knee. Let the knee track over the ankle. Press to the pinky side of the left foot. And then fly the arms. So we're in our warrior two. Now in our warrior two, our gaze is going to be to our right middle finger. Fingers are reaching in opposite directions. Strong stance. Lots of power here. Looks like maybe we're not doing very much at all because we're in stillness, but there's a lot of activation happening. Now from here, we're going to lower that left hand down to the left thigh. Inhale, reach the right finger straight up to the sky and then maybe overhead. You might also want to take that left arm behind your back. Keep the right knee bent. Keep reaching. Reach, reach, reach. Inhale, just rotate the arms back to warrior two. Now, bend the right elbow. Bring the forearm to the thigh, not the knee. Reach the left arm overhead so that your left bicep is hovering above your left ear. Long line of energy from the left foot to the left fingertips. Reach and find length. Right palm is facing up to the sky. Left palm is facing down to the earth. On the next inhale, let's rise back to center. Press into that right foot. Lower the hands down. Rotate the right toes facing the same direction as the left toes. Turn the left toes to the short end of the mat. Bend the left knee. Now we're setting up for our warrior two on this side. So checking to make sure the left knee is tracking above the left ankle. Pressing to the pinky side of the right foot, and then we'll fly the arms. Now as we fly the arms, our gaze is to our left middle finger. Strong stance. Feel the activation in the legs. Feel the feet rooted, grounding down. Feel the power that you possess. Feel the openness in your body, the expansion. Lower the right hand down, keep a bend in the left knee, reach the left fingers up, and then overhead, reaching back. Gaze can be up. Keep a bend in that left knee. Notice where you're feeling sensation. Reach, reach, reach. And then inhale, bring the arms back to warrior two. Bend the left elbow. Okay, left forearm comes down to the thigh. Reach the right arm overhead. Long line of energy. From the right foot to the right fingers, reach. Reach, reach, reach. So now the left palm is facing up towards the sky. Right palm is facing down to the earth. Right bicep hovering above the right ear. Awesome stretch. I can even feel this at the front of my hip. So much gratitude for this practice. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, straighten the leg, lower the arms. Left toes facing same direction as right. Start to heel toe the feet towards each other So you're bringing the feet to hip distance. And then you want to come towards the top of your mat. So as you get here, with your feet hip distance, just rock towards the toes and back towards the heels. Make sure there's enough space between your 2 feet for one of your feet to fit there. Arms by your sides. Inhale, take the shoulders up, back, and down. And again, we want to get that serotonin, those feel goods. All right, the next time the shoulders come up, back, and down, set them there. Inhale, sweep the arms up, gathering all the energy. Exhale, hinge the hips. It's back to our forward fold. Inhale, let's take a half lift. Exhale, we'll plant the hands, step the right foot back, step the left foot back, plank position. Now moving through our flow, lowering knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhaling to cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We've got a few rounds of breath here. Know that you can always take child's pose if you prefer, if you need rest, just like we did at the start of our practice. Otherwise, you can stay in downward facing dog. Then we'll step or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, taking a half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise up, palms meet. Exhale, thumbs come down the midline, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step or jump back, and move through your flow. Take it to down dog or child's pose and find your breath. Inhale through the nostrils. Exhale, open the mouth, release, and let go. And again. Make your way to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Feel into the hamstrings. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, palms meet. And it's forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, palms to the mat, step or jump back, plank position. From here, lower down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, down dog. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Deep inhalations, invigorating breath. Full exhalations, letting go of what's not serving you. Make your way to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise up. Now this time, as you bring the palms together, bring the thumbs down the midline. Connect the thumbs to the heart center. As you connect the thumbs to the heart center, bring your gaze inward. Maybe take a micro bend at the knees. Pull the belly button towards the spine. Find your breath. If your breath got short with our 3 sun salutations, give yourself time to lengthen. Know that if you're really short on time, but you need to bring some invigorating fun to your body, if you're looking for some energy, sun salutations are a great way to do that. You can hit a lot of parts of the body with your sun salutations, and you can quickly get a nice burst of energy. So settling into your bones, just noticing the energy that's moving through you and what has shifted since you've started your practice today. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. On your next exhale, take the arms down. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Forward fold. This time, bend the knees, plant the hands. Lift the right foot, bring the shin down. Lift the left foot, bring the shin down. So we're making our way back onto our seat where we started our practice today. So we're going to do some grounded work as we come towards the end of our practice. So we're going to do a seated spinal twist. Lift your hips enough to bring your feet out to one side, and then bring your feet in front of you. So from here, you're going to bring your right leg down, your left foot outside of your right thigh. Now, the left hand comes behind the left hip. As you inhale, reach the right fingers up. And as you exhale, bring your elbow to your left thigh. See if you can rotate, twist a little deeper, look past your left shoulder. You might even be able to lower your right hand down to your right heel. I feel a great shoulder stretch. I can also feel a stretch at the intercostal muscles between the ribs. Now release, slowly unwind, bring both hands over to the right, touch down, fold just about halfway, a little counter stretch, and then inhale, rise up. So before we do that on the other side, look at your legs. You're gonna stack your left leg on top of your right. I'm gonna turn this way so you can see what I'm doing. So as you stack your left leg on top of your right, you want to try to get your knees in line with each other as best you can. If you can't do that and they're a little off, that's okay. Just make sure you're not sitting on your feet. So bring your hands to your side. Make sure that you can wiggle both of your glutes onto the mat. Take an inhale breath, reach the crown of the head up. And as you exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward. You might walk your hands forward. Now, this might be an intense hip stretch for some of us. So don't feel like you need to push it. You just want to fold enough to where you feel a nice stretch and sensation in the left hip. I can even feel this in the IT band. This is a really awesome stretch that I love so much. Stay where you are. If you notice at any point that you've gone just a little too deep, it's all good. You can just back out a little bit. So continue to modify as you want and need to for your body. On your next inhale, rise up. First, just taking a moment to come into this straight spine, and we're going to switch up the legs. So right now, my left leg is on top of my right. If yours is the same, you're going to remove it, move the right leg out of the way so that you can bring the left leg down. Now, starting with our seated spinal twist, we're just going to take that right foot to the outside of the left thigh. Right hand comes behind the right glute. Inhale, reach the left fingers up. Exhale, take the elbow to the thigh and twist a little deeper. See if you can look past your shoulder. You might even drop your hand, left hand down to your left heel. It feels so good for the spine. Settle into it. Maybe even close your eyes and just notice where the sensation is happening. And then we'll release, slowly unwind. First to center, then lift both hands, take both hands over to the left, touch down, bend the elbows, lower, counter stretch. Inhale, rise up. All right, now facing forward, we want to stack the right knee on top of the left. Remember, feet are out to the side. You don't want to sit on your feet. Shimmy your hips from side to side. Make sure they're both grounded. Just try to get the knees in alignment as best you can, no pressure. Take the fingers outside of the legs or forward, keeping your seat connected, just fold. Now, this hip might feel totally different than the other, and that's all good. No worries. No need to know why or to ask questions. Just honor your body where it is today. And give yourself a few more rounds of breath. The more you fold, the more you might also feel into the back space. And then inhale, we'll rise up. So at this point, you've probably felt into what's going on with the hips, how they might feel. We're going to continue to work with the hips, but now with external rotation. So we'll just lift that right leg, and now we'll take the left foot in line with the right. We'll bring the soles of the feet together, let the knees splay out. So we're coming into our seated Baddha Konasana. So when we look down to our legs, the knees are out wide. This is our external rotation. Soles of the feet meet. You can bring your heels closer to the body if your hips are really open, or you can take your feet further away if your hips are tight. Maybe you're somewhere in the middle. Now you can take your thumbs to your arches, pressing in. Inhale, rise up, and then exhale, fold forward. Just enough to where you feel a nice stretch at the inner thighs. You might feel this at the hips. If you fold even deeper, you might feel a nice release at the low back. So just give yourself time to feel out this pose. Let your head and your neck relax. Enjoy this time in your body, finding ways to physically open up. Next inhale, rise up. And back to our straight spine. Hands are going to come to the outside of the thighs. Guide the knees up so the soles of the feet come down. From here, we're going to shimmy forward because we're going to come onto our back. So we want enough space on our mat to bring our head, shoulders, back, tailbone down. We'll lengthen the left leg, lift the right foot, bend the right knee. Now take both palms to the shin, interlace the fingers, pull the right knee towards the right shoulder. As you're pulling the knee towards the shoulder, you can draw circles with your right big toe for ankle mobility, and then circle around a few times opposite direction. Bring the foot to stillness. And then from here, you can come into an optional spinal twist if you'd like, keeping that right shoulder down as the right knee moves over to the left. You can deepen the spiraling by turning your gaze to the right. Release the left hand. Inhale, right knee comes up. Exhale, right foot comes down. Now slide that right foot so the right leg is straight. Both legs are straight, full round of breath. Inhale through the nostrils. Exhale, big sigh of relief. Now we're going to lift that left leg, bend the left knee, take your hands to your shin, interlace your fingers. Pull the right knee towards the right shoulder and start to draw circles with the left big toe. And circle around opposite direction. And take the right hand to the outside of the left thigh, open the left arm out, gently guide, I have to move my mic pack for this side, gently guide the left knee over to the right, keep the left shoulder down, spinal twist, feels so good. Maybe you turn your gaze to the left. Let the right hand go, inhale, left knee comes up. Exhale, left foot comes down. Bend the right knee. Take your hands to your belly. Inhale, feel the belly rise. Exhale, feel the belly soften. Neutral spine. Grounding down. We've got one more posture before we come into Shavasana. So we're going to lift the feet and come into Happy Baby. Now, as we come into Happy Baby, we want to open the knees wide. Soles of the feet are facing up towards the sky. Now the peace fingers can hook onto the big toes, or your hands can meet at the pinky sides of your feet, or your ankles, or behind your knees. Just make sure the tailbone is flat. Option to rock from side to side. Another option is that you can straighten one leg as the opposite knee stays bent. Maybe you try that on the other side. Maybe both legs straighten. And then in your time, when you're ready, bend your knees, release your hands, and softly and gently lower the feet to the mat. Take another full round of breath here. Exhale, release, let go. It is time to come into our Shavasana. So the legs can extend if you'd like this traditional star shape, or the knees can be bent, feet open wide, knees in towards each other. If your low back has been needing a little extra attention, this might be a better option for you. Maybe you come back to Baddha Konasana legs, but if you feel tension at the hips, then you can position blocks or your fist underneath your thighs. So just find whatever posture is most comfortable for you for relaxation. Just taking a little bit of time to come into stillness and give ourselves time to integrate the work that we've done through our movement. Feeling so much gratitude for this awesome body and for this practice that allows us to open the body, to open our mind, to open our heart to different options and possibilities. Invite a smile onto your face, knowing that it's okay to have fun. We, as adults, should allow ourselves more time to have fun. Let your practice be fun. Now with your gaze inward and your eyes closed, take a deep inhalation all the way to the top of the breath. Release. Stay here with this breath. Honor your breath. Rest your hands to a specific body part that you may be struggling with. And send so much love through the healing touch of your hands to yourself, thanking this part of your body for working with all the other parts of your body, helping you move through your practice. With each exhale, soften, surrender, melt down. Stay in your stillness. Let yourself enjoy this time without rush, without judgment. Just experiencing this time, this breath, this body. We just practiced having an open body. As we move off our mat into the rest of our day, we can practice letting the mind rest and having an open heart. Thank you so very much for joining me for this practice today. I'm deeply grateful to you for your presence and for trusting me to guide you in this beautiful practice. Namaste.